Hello, and welcome back to English Box. Today, we're going to explore the daily routine of a woman who is not just a homemaker, not just a professional, but both. This is the story of Sarah, a woman who manages her home and her career with grace, strength, and love. So sit back, listen carefully, and improve your English through this beautiful real life story. Let's begin. Meet Sarah. She's 32 years old. She's a mother, a wife, and a full time office employee. Her days? Full. Her hours? Busy. But she never complains. She simply begins. Every morning while the city still sleeps, Sarah's alarm rings at 5:30 a.m. Beep. She opens her eyes, takes a deep breath, and thanks God for a new day. She doesn't scroll her phone. She doesn't snooze the alarm. No, she rises with purpose. Quietly, she walks to the kitchen. The sky outside? Still dark. She switches on the light and starts preparing breakfast: parathas, eggs, tea, and fruit. While the stove is on, she's already packing lunch for her husband and daughter. Everything runs like clockwork, smooth, silent, efficient. By 6:45, she's done in the kitchen. She goes to her daughter's room, gently wakes her up, helps her get ready, brushes her hair into two neat braids, and reminds her, "Don't forget your ID card." Then she calls her husband, who is usually still half asleep. "Time to get up," she says with a smile. The house starts to stir. At 7:30, the house comes to life. Her husband leaves for work. Her daughter catches her school van. And for a few brief moments, there is silence again. But that silence? It doesn't last long. Sarah rolls up her sleeves and begins her second shift housework. She sweeps the floor, loads the washing machine, folds yesterday's clothes, dusts the furniture, arranges the living room. She checks the grocery list, makes mental notes. She keeps moving. At 8:30, it's her turn to get ready. A quick shower, a tidy hairstyle, simple makeup, formal clothes. She looks in the mirror and smiles. Ready to go. She grabs her bag, checks her files, and heads to work. By 9:30 a.m., she reaches the office. As she walks in, she's no longer just Mama or Mrs. Sarah. Now she's Miss Sarah, calm, focused, hardworking. She opens her laptop, emails, deadlines, meetings. She listens, she speaks, she types, she solves, she works with clients, she answers phone calls. Sometimes her shoulders ache, but she continues. At 1 p.m., it's lunchtime. She eats with her colleagues, something simple. They chat, they laugh, they talk about their kids, their dreams, their weekend plans. By 5 p.m., the workday ends. But Sarah's day? It's only halfway through. She picks up her daughter from tuition and drives home, through traffic. By 6:15, they're finally home. Her daughter runs inside, throws off her shoes, and starts talking. "Mama, you won't believe what happened at school today." Sarah listens patiently, even as she changes into her home clothes and heads straight to the kitchen. Dinner needs to be made, again. Maybe it's dal and chawal tonight, or chicken curry, or pasta if her daughter requested it. While the food simmers, Sarah helps with homework, irons school uniforms, and checks the fridge for tomorrow's lunch. At 8 p.m., it's dinner time. The family sits down together. Phones? Put away. It's time for real conversation. They laugh, they share, they connect. After dinner, Sarah tidies up again. She loads the dishwasher, wipes the counter, turns off the kitchen light. By 9:30, her daughter is in bed. Sarah reads her a short story, tucks her in, kisses her forehead, and says softly, "Good night, sweetheart." At last, the day slows down. Sarah pours herself a cup of tea and sits on the sofa. The fan hums quietly. The house is clean. She picks up a book or scrolls through her phone, not for work, but for herself. She doesn't speak much during this time. She doesn't need to. This quiet moment, it's her reward. At 10:30 or 11, she turns off the lights, sets her alarm, and whispers a prayer. Tomorrow, it all begins again. But for now, she rests. This is Sarah's daily routine. Not perfect, not easy, but beautiful in its own way. Because being a homemaker and an office worker, it's not about doing everything. It's about doing your best every single day. And now it's your turn. Can you describe your daily routine in English? Try using simple sentences like, "I wake up at," "I cook breakfast," "I go to work," "I come home." The more you practice, the better your English will become. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.